Welcome to statistics lesson number 4. So we're looking at quartiles and IQR. Looking at these two pictures, we have a quart of milk and we also have a quarter. Now 4 quarts are going to be equal to a gallon and 4 quarters is going to be equal to $1. So quartiles has that same prefix, the QUA, and that really means 4. So what quartiles are going to do is split our data into 4 equal groups. And that's our definition for quartile. It's going to divide a set of data into 4 equal groups. So looking at our data, if we have these numbers here, right, there's 13 values. If I divide them into 4 equal groups, now 13 divided by 4, that's going to give me a decimal, so that doesn't really help me. But finding the quartiles is going to be very similar to finding the median. Right, we wanted to break it up into 4 equal groups. The median is going to divide our data into 2 equal groups. So let's find the median first. So we have 11 with 32. Keep canceling, one from the bottom, one from the top, until we get to the middle. Now if there's 13 numbers, there should only be one number in the middle. And that's going to be 21. Okay, there's our median. So now we have 2 equal groups, right? We have 6 numbers down here, 6 numbers up here, but we need 4 equal groups. So what we're going to do is actually find the median of the lower half of data. That's going to be our lower quartile. And the median of the upper half of data, that's going to be our upper quartile. So we cancel 11. Don't use the actual median when finding the quartiles, right? I don't want to use this 21 to find both the lower quartile and the upper quartile. Don't use it at all. So we have 11 cancels with the 19, 13 with 17, and I'm left with 14 and 17. Okay, so finding the number in between them, add them together. 14 plus 17, that's going to be 31, divided by 2, which is 15.5. Now finding the quartile up here, we have 23 with 32, cancel 23 with 29. Now I have 25 and 26, I'm looking for what's in between them. You might know it's 25.5, but if you're not sure, we can add them together, get 51, divided by 2, and we get 25.5. Okay, so now our data is split up into 4 equal groups. We split it there. Okay, we have 1 here, 2, 3, and 4. That's how we're going to find the quartiles. So our definition for the quartiles. The upper quartile is going to be the median of the upper half of a set of data. Okay, we found the median, so it's split up into the upper half and the lower half. The median of the upper half is going to be the upper quartile. Our definition for the lower quartile is going to be very similar. It's the median of the lower half of a set of data. So if we look at our data that we just found, right, this was the median of the lower half. That's going to be the lower quartile. We also call it the LQ. Okay, it's also known as quartile 1. The median is also known as quartile 2. Okay, over here the 25.5, that's the median of the upper half. That's going to be the upper quartile, also known as quartile 3. Now, we also saw IQR. IQR stands for the interquartile range, but we call it IQR. It's shorter, easier to do. So it's going to be the difference between the upper and the lower quartile. To find IQR, we take the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. The difference means subtraction. We know that range is the biggest number minus the smallest number, but now we're just looking between those 2 quartiles. So to find the IQR, upper quartile minus lower quartile. We go back to our data set. So the IQR is going to be the upper quartile, which is 25.5, minus that lower quartile, which is 15.5, and we find that our interquartile range is 10. Now what the interquartile range tells us, since there's 25% of our data in each quartile, it's telling us how spread out the middle 50% of the data is. Okay, that's what the interquartile range is. All right, hopefully this was helpful. See you guys later.